Today, we're looking at an exciting showdown on the horizon as two highly skilled fighters, Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush, are set to clash in the octagon at UFC 289. In this video, we'll take an in-depth look at their striking techniques, wrestling abilities, cardio conditioning, and indomitable spirit. We'll break down their strengths and weaknesses in each area, analyze their past performances, and make our predictions for their upcoming fight. So buckle up as we explore why this fight between Oliveira and Dariush is set to be an absolute banger of a showdown. Striking technique. Oliveira's striking technique has evolved significantly throughout his UFC career. Although primarily known as a submission fighter, Oliveira has developed his striking skills to become a more well-rounded fighter. While he may not be a one-punch knockout artist, Oliveira has forced his opponents to respect his striking skills. Oliveira's striking game is based on basic boxing techniques combined with sharp kicks, knees, and elbows. He utilizes his long reach to his advantage, often attacking from range with kicks to the head and legs or even a flying knee. Once he has damaged his opponent and slowed them down, Oliveira charges in with a powerful punch, often throwing multiple strikes in succession. However, Oliveira's kickboxing style is not without flaws. His defensive technique can be weak, leaving him susceptible to counterattacks. In his fight against experienced kickboxer Donald Cerrone, Oliveira's defensive lapses were exploited. Even against lesser skilled strikers like Jonathan Brookins, Oliveira has shown vulnerability in his defense, getting hit with hooks while dominating the fight. Overall, Oliveira's striking has improved significantly over the years, becoming a more aggressive and athletic component of his fighting arsenal. However, his defensive vulnerabilities could be a point of concern, and he will need to address them in his upcoming fight against Beneil Dariush, who is known for timing his strikes to perfection. Dariush, who is also more of a submission specialist, is known for his precision and accuracy and striking exchanges with even the most skilled of strikers, often landing clean and powerful strikes on his opponent at the perfect moment. One of Dariush's advantages in the striking department is his ability to mix up his strikes effectively. He has a diverse range of striking techniques, including punches, kicks, elbows, and knees, which allows him to keep his opponents guessing and adapt to different situations. Dariush is also known for his timing and counter-striking ability, which allows him to capitalize on his opponent's mistakes and land effective counters. Another notable strength of Dariush's striking is his striking defense. He has shown good head movement, footwork, and the ability to slip and counter effectively, which helps him avoid damage and minimize the risk of getting hit. However, one potential disadvantage for Dariush in his upcoming fight against Oliveira could be his tendency to be overly aggressive at times. While aggression can be an asset, it can also leave him vulnerable to counterattacks, especially against a dangerous and opportunistic striker such as Oliveira, who has shown a willingness to capitalize on his opponent's mistakes. It's also worth mentioning that Dariush's striking defense will need to be on point against Oliveira, who is known for his aggressive striking style and constant pressure. Dariush will need to be mindful of Oliveira's range and reach and avoid getting caught in the clinch or taken down, where Oliveira's grappling skills can come into play. With that being said, let's take a look at the two fighters' wrestling and grappling skills. Wrestling and grappling. Oliveira's athleticism and explosiveness are key factors in his wrestling game. He is effective with clinch takedowns and trips, as well as shots from the outside, often finishing with slams. His takedown defense has also been solid, and he has been able to use his incredible guard to deter opponents from attempting takedowns. Moreover, Oliveira's grappling skills, particularly his submission game, could also come into play in his upcoming fight against Dariush. With 17 submission wins and his 21 UFC victories, Oliveira is a legitimate threat on the ground. His dynamic guard, rarely used submissions, and exciting scrambles have earned him a reputation as a dangerous submission artist. One example of Oliveira's submission skills is his ability to transition between different submissions and apply creative techniques to secure a victory. As demonstrated in his fight against Eric Wisely, Oliveira attempted a heel hook, then switched to a knee bar when Wisely rolled away and finally trapped Wisely's foot between his own and his groin to apply pressure on the kneecap, leading to the first submission victory by calf slicer in the UFC.
Use the leverage of holding the foot in place there. Look, he's got the legs triangled. Look at the pressure on the knee. And has he pulled him back even more?
In his fight against Dariush, Oliveira's wrestling and grappling skills could be advantageous if he is able to take the fight to the ground and work for submissions, where he has shown a high level of expertise. However, he will need to be mindful of Dariush's grappling skills and submission defense, as Dariush is also known for his grappling prowess. From what we can see, Oliveira's wrestling and grappling techniques, coupled with his athleticism and creativity on the ground, could be important factors in his upcoming fight against Dariush. If Oliveira can effectively utilize his wrestling to take the fight to the ground and work for submissions, he may be able to gain an advantage in the fight. Now, let's take a look at Dariush's wrestling background. While he may not be the best striker, he makes up for it with his ground game. Dariush is known for his effective ground game and up until this point has finished 8 of his 22 wins via submission. Furthermore, he has only been submitted once, stacking the odds against Oliveira when it comes to winning the fight on the ground. Dariush also holds a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a skill that may come in handy in his upcoming fight against Oliveira. To have a look at Dariush's ground game, let's go back to 2019, where Dariush faced Frank Camacho in a lightweight bout. Dariush started the fight with striking, utilizing kicks to the body and leg, and landing a Superman punch that tagged Camacho. Dariush then capitalized on an opportunity and took Camacho down to the ground. He took Camacho's back and locked in a rear naked choke. Despite Camacho's toughness, Dariush's squeeze was too tight, and Camacho had no choice but to tap out, resulting in a submission victory for Dariush.
Level change there, nice takedown.
Up and down goes Trouble.
Powers through.
Wow.
There's the tap.
Looking forward to his fight against Oliveira, Dariush could prove to be a threat on the ground, but he also has to be wary of Oliveira, who has shown that he can wiggle out of tight situations and secure relentless submissions. Cardio and spirit. Both fighters are known for having good cardio and being able to maintain a high pace throughout their fights. They've shown the ability to push the tempo, keep up a high work rate, and recover quickly from exertion. Both Oliveira and Dariush have been able to sustain their striking, grappling, and wrestling efforts, showcasing their conditioning and endurance inside the octagon. However, there are some differences in their cardio approaches. Oliveira tends to be more aggressive in his grappling and submission attempts, which can be physically demanding and may potentially impact his cardio if he's not able to secure a submission early in the fight. On the other hand, Dariush's grappling and wrestling style is more focused on controlling his opponents and wearing them down with his top game, which can also require a significant amount of energy expenditure. In their upcoming fight, Oliveira's aggressive grappling style could be advantageous if he can secure an early submission, as his dynamic guard and submission skills can pose a constant threat to Dariush. If Oliveira is successful in bringing the fight to the ground and maintaining a dominant grappling position, his cardio could play a crucial role in his ability to continuously attack and potentially secure a submission finish. On the other hand, Dariush's more controlled and calculated grappling approach could be advantageous in terms of cardio, if he's able to avoid Oliveira's submission attempts and maintain top control. Dariush's conditioning and endurance could allow him to continue pressuring Oliveira with his striking and grappling throughout the fight, potentially wearing down Oliveira and increasing his chances of winning a decision or even scoring a late finish. Taking a look at their fighting mentality, both Oliveira and Dariush possess a determined and resilient mindset that can impact their upcoming fight. Oliveira, known for his aggressive and unyielding style, has a never-back-down mentality, always seeking to finish the fight. His relentless pursuit of submissions and striking attacks showcases his fighting spirit and mental toughness. On the other hand, Dariush's calculated and strategic approach reflects his calm and composed mindset. He's known for his ability to weather storms and capitalize on opportunities, showcasing his mental fortitude. With both fighters bringing their unwavering determination and mindset to the octagon, their spirits will undoubtedly play a significant part in their upcoming clash. Overall, while both Oliveira and Dariush have shown good cardio in their fights, their different grappling styles and approaches could impact how their cardio plays out in their upcoming fight. Oliveira's aggressive grappling and submission skills could be a key factor in the early rounds, while Dariush's controlled grappling and conditioning could potentially give him an advantage as the fight progresses in the later rounds. Prediction. Based on the various factors we've discussed throughout this video, including the fighting styles and past performances of both Dariush and Oliveira, our prediction for the fight is that it will likely end with a finish. Both fighters possess striking power and grappling skills, and Oliveira's recent fights have all finished inside the distance, indicating propensity for exciting and action-packed bouts throughout. Additionally, considering Dariush's win streak momentum and fearlessness, as well as his willingness to engage on the ground with Oliveira, we believe he may have an advantage going into the fight. Ultimately, as we all know, predicting the outcome of a fight in MMA is often highly unpredictable, and both Dariush and Oliveira are elite fighters who are capable of winning in various ways. However, as we all know very well, the MMA gods work in mysterious and unforgiving ways sometimes. So the question we need to ask is it worse for Dariush to lose after winning 8 straight fights, or for Oliveira to lose the #1 contender match after losing the title? Based off that, we think Oliveira pulls off the upset victory against someone who has already done enough to earn his title shot. Let us know what you think in the comments. One thing is for certain is that it will be an absolute banger of a matchup, and fans can expect an exciting and closely contested battle between 2 skilled fighters at the top of their game. But as we wait for this enthralling matchup, be sure to click here and check out our video on 9 iconic flying arm bars that send shockwaves throughout the world of MMA. Or you can watch a video recommended to you by the algorithm. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you again in the next one.